on, everybody? This is Warren Dews, publisher of the Ravenna News Herald and the Greenville Pioneer. As you know, I come to you every so often with our program called the Community Conversations, and we have several layers under the Community Conversations. One is a get to know, basically get to know a business, ask the expert, or meet your neighbor. Today is another get to know, and I have another friend with me. Friend, who are you?
Hey, I'm Rebecca Flack, and I'm Executive Director of Hopeful Life Center in Ravenna.
So, Rebecca, tell me first of all, what is Hopeful? What is this? What is this Helping Harvest? What is this, the whole thing?
Yeah, so Hopeful Life Center is a charity. We've been in existence since 2012, and our prime program that we offer the community at this time is Helping Harvest. It's a bargain grocery store for low-income families only in the community.
Really? How long have you been around with this?
A decade. Believe it or not, it's been around since 2010. It grew out of a church, Abounding Love Christian Fellowship, also here in Faith Plaza. And then in 2012, they incorporated Hopeful Life Center, and I came on board as the executive director in 2013.
So this came from somebody's idea, and now it's like been around 10 years. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, around 10 years, and it's actually based on a program that developed out of Florida. And there are other similar models like ours around the country, but ours was based on Florida. And essentially, again, it's a low-cost grocery store for struggling families in the community. They can come in here and pay 50% or less on their groceries compared to traditional grocery store prices.
So how do they become members?
So they come on in and they fill out a membership application. And we just ask them some simple questions about who's in their household. And we use that information, quite honestly, for grant writing and that sort of thing. It's all anonymous, the information that we provide to when we apply for grants. And then they're in. We'll ask them some simple questions about why they need to use the program. But if they come in and they claim that they need food, they're in. They're going to become a member. It's a $5 membership fee, which we've actually waived throughout the entire COVID pandemic. And they can come in and shop without really any restrictions. They grab a grocery cart, just like a traditional retailer. They can fill it up with whatever they need. And we can take a little tour if you want to later on here, and I'll show you some of our products.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to ask that question because I know where you're located. And one of the things I want to put out there is that you're not in major competition with other grocery stores. To me, you're more of a help to that person because they can shop with you and also still shop at those other locations. Is that
true? Absolutely, because we can talk a little bit about our model here, but we don't carry everything that a traditional grocer does. We carry far more than a traditional food pantry. We're kind of like a quasi in between both of those sorts of models. And so that I often will find or see our members shopping at Helping Harvest, and then I'll go next door to pick up lunch or whatever at Shop and Save, and there they are. Completing their shopping right here locally in the community.
Awesome.
What's really great is that, we offer fantastic low prices for struggling families, and they don't have to drive the extra 15 minutes either north or south to other low-cost retailers.
All right. So show me some of the stuff you got back there.
Okay. Okay. So again, it's just like a traditional grocery store. We've got things like all the pasta here. And you can see our shelves are not as packed as a traditional grocer would be. And we are a licensed salvager in New York State. So that means that we can get reclaimed goods. And in our case, it's often just foods that, whoever was packing the truck for the grocer ran into a pallet of food and damaged the pallet. Some of the stuff is scuffed up or whatever, but it's perfectly edible. And instead of throwing it away, we can buy it at salvage rates. So much less than traditional, grocers and how they buy their groceries. We can buy things like, or we get things like this pancake mix. See how the box is damaged? Oh, it fell, the crate or the pallet that it was in fell on the floor, something damaged the top. And now the grocer or the distributor can't sell that to a traditional grocery store, but they can sell it to us. So that's how we function. We don't get the food for free. We pick it up every Monday, actually. We have a 26-foot commercial truck with a refrigerator component to it. And that's how we pick up our groceries. So we are largely volunteer run. There's just a couple of us who are not very well paid on staff, on payroll. And people, again, can come on in here and shop really for quite a bargain.
That is
like
amazing.
Here's salad dressings for $1. Let's see what else we've got down here. $1 for packages of applesauce, 75 cents for cans of applesauce. I believe, yeah, here's corn. Our canned vegetables are 50 cents a can. And just recently, what's was super exciting to me is that we are now taking SNAP and credit and debit cards. Finally, we just figured that, we could do so much more good for our members if they were able to use their SNAP benefits here. How much further could they stretch their food dollars right here in our own community? And we're advancing our own mission, right, as a charity, because our mission is to give people a helping hand, not a handout. And how much more are we doing that if we can accept SNAP here? So anyway, we registered for that and we're approved, and now people can come in here and use that benefit and stretch their food dollars even further.
What are your times that you're open? What's your schedule?
So I'm gonna turn it back around now, I guess, Warren. We are open. We're open Wednesday and Friday 2 to 6, and Saturdays and Thursdays 10 to 2.
Okay, Wednesdays and Fridays 2 to 6, and
Thursdays, Saturday 10 to 2.
All right. Now, where are you located exactly?
We are located in Faith Plaza, and we are in between. You have members or whoever wants to come check out the program should use the entrance in between China King and the Ravina Pizza. There's a mall entrance there, and if you enter those doors, go all the way down the hallway. We are the last store on the right.
So what's the exact address?
So it's 2480 US Route 9W, Faith Plaza in Ravina.
All right. Now, how can they get in touch with you if they wanted to call you?
Sure. They can call us. Our number is 518-756-9091. We are on both Facebook and Instagram at Helping Harvest Ravina, or Helping Harvest. And we also have a website. Hopeful Life Center's website address is hopefullifecenter.org.
Awesome. I'll make sure I put that all into the post when I post this.
Okay.
That's amazing. So what other things you want to tell people? Because this is some good stuff. This is really amazing.
Well, thanks. So, we're all volunteer driven again. We also work with folks who have a hard time finding employment elsewhere. They can come in here and do job preparedness skills, skill building. And, again, we work with a lot of senior citizens who come in to volunteer, and we're always looking for people. It's a labor intensive business. There's always cleaning that we have to do. There's always food coming in, things that need to be sorted and put away in the right places. And extra bodies is always awesome.
Well, before we go, you just added something that I didn't know. Let's roll back a little bit. You just hit me with something. You also help people find jobs? Did I?
Well, so we work with developmentally disadvantaged people in our community who come on in here, usually with a supervisor from an agency, and they come in and we teach them job preparedness skills. They help sort, they help clean, whatever we ask them to do, stock the shelves, and they help us do that. And it's really a great part of what we do behind the scenes to help in the community.
So what if someone wants to help? They don't need the program. They're making ends meet or whatever, but they want to help the program. How can they go about doing that?
So they can give us a call. They can visit our website, and they can come on in. We do food pickups and deliveries on Mondays here, and we can always use an extra set of hands. The store, again, is open for several hours during the week. We can use volunteers during that time as well. And they can just come on in and have a conversation with us, and we'll put them to work.
That's amazing. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. I think this is amazing. Definitely helping the local economy, local people. And I'm amazed that it's been around so long. And I love the fact, I mean, just it looks like a well driven machine behind you. So,
Yeah, it takes a lot of processes to have good processes in place to manage these sorts of businesses. And I've got a really solid team. We have a program manager, Melissa Wynn, who's been here now for a little over a year. And she just really has a heart for serving the community and, addressing hunger here. There's a lot of people during the pandemic. It was awful to watch the lines of people standing here waiting to get in, to get access to low cost groceries. They were scared. They were worried about their families, and it was just such an honor to be here and to serve with Melissa and to take care of our community during this time.
So one of the things before we go, I know you had talked to me about something was going on one of your vehicles. Is that fixed?
No, the saga continues. So we have a 2005 international commercial truck with a reefer on it, a refrigerator unit, and we are having some electrical problems with it, right? It's an old machine, and over time, it's low miles, but now we're starting to have some mechanical problems with it. So it's up now, getting fixed, and we're hoping to be able to pick it up today or tomorrow. And the really awesome thing about being a charity is working with other charities. So the past 2 Mondays, we've had help from Teen Challenge, who sends volunteers here every week, I should also add, and they helped us pick up the food using a resource that they have, and they got it here, and it really was a seamless transition to use them to do that. And we're just so grateful, and it's just so cool to connect with organizations and work together to the advancement of our community.
I know what Teen Challenge is, but just others might not. So please tell us real quick. Every time you talk, you add something else that I got to grab.
So Teen Challenge, it's actually an international organization with a branch here in Ravenna, and it's an awesome Christian-based organization that helps people who are dealing with afflictions of drug and alcohol addictions and other addictive issues. So they're a fantastic organization. They're right down the road on 9W, and we're so grateful to them because they send volunteers here every week to help us. And I mentioned before, it's such a labor intensive charity program, and they send big strong guys to help us muscle that food around because it comes in giant 4x4 they call them Gaylords, great big cardboard boxes. It's mixed goods. It's all thrown in together, and we have to sort that all out and pack, get it either here on the shelves in the program or boxed appropriately and stored appropriately in our warehouse space. And they are a huge blessing to us.
So let them know who runs that, your partner in crime over there.
Pastor Victor Harris is the program director over at Teen Challenge here in Albany, but it's called the Albany Adult and Teen Challenge.
Awesome. That's great. One of the things I want to definitely put before we leave out there, you said it's a Christian-based company or whatever. You don't have to be a Christian to be a part of it, though, right?
Of Teen Challenge or here? Because we grew out of a church, so we're a Christian-based organization too, but we're a charity not-for-profit program, and both Hopeful Life Center and its Helping Harvest and Albany Adult and Teen Challenge, anybody in the community can use those programs of any background. There's no bias whatsoever. We're happy to serve everybody.
This is open to everybody, no matter what you believe. You are here to help everyone.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, listen, once again, I truly appreciate your time. I will make sure I have all the links and the address and everything inside the post when we finally post this. Anything else you want to say to your listeners?
Just that we are so proud to be here, so proud to be a resource for struggling families in our community. And if you are in need of food, don't hesitate to reach out to us because we will help you.
Awesome. So once again, this is Warren Dews, publisher of the Greenville Pioneer and the Ravenna News Herald. This is part of our community conversations, the get to know. And when you're an advertiser with us, this is some of the things that we do with our advertisers, and we'll do it with other people. For the most part, you know, her company's an advertiser with us. So we want to thank you for being with us, and we thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you very much. Again, it's a pleasure to serve, and I appreciate your time, Warren.